Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 2188 Southwest Main Street here in Portland. We're located in the basement of the home. I think there's going to be a few different cleanouts we're going to go through here. This one is right at the front foundation of the house in this little closet area. 4-inch ABS cleanout. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. And once I get the lens cleaned off here, I will zero out the camera length counter right at the base of the cleanout. Here we go. Alright, here at 37 feet out, we do have a fairly large root intrusion that's come through here and has offset the joint there quite a bit. We'll get that marked for repair on the way out. Looks like we may have a clean out here possibly. There's a tie in there at the top, or a test tee. And then here at 43 feet out, looks like it's transitioning over to an original 6-inch clay pipe. And I'll locate that transition point. It's very... Oh, this is interesting. Not sure. It almost looks like we've got a diameter reduction here, which you are not supposed to have. It's kind of a hard one to tell here, but it looks like it's necking down from 6-inch to 4-inch pipe as best I can tell there. Yeah. And then right here is the terminus of the line at 50 feet out. I'm going to try and go locate this stuff. Anything in Multnomah County, anyway, from curb to curb is their responsibility, or the city's responsibility, so I'll try and locate as much of this stuff as possible. And we'll get it drained out here for a few minutes so we can have a better look at everything. But I do recommend contacting the city about that diameter change there. That to me looks like it's necking from 4 to 6-inch pipe. I'm sorry, from 6 to 4-inch pipe. I'm not exactly sure why that is in there. And then we're going to reel the camera back. We're going to scope as much of the mainline pipe underneath the basement floor as possible. We're going to move to the rear, and I believe we have an ADU to scope as well. Alright, as best I can tell here, this is actually out into the street at this point. I reeled the camera back to right here where the transition is at to what appears to be a diameter change, or a necking down. I believe, anyway, the way this looks here is it's going from 6-inch to 4-inch pipe, which, as far as I know, is not allowed by code. But this does appear to be out in the street. I'm not able to get right on top of it. There's a car parked smack dab over the top of this area. But I'm not picking it up under the curb. I'm getting the signal underneath the car out there. So I would contact the city and let them know about that one. Now this larger pipe here almost looks like cast iron, large diameter cast iron, which you don't see very often. It's just a little rougher on the inside than clay, but clay and cast have a very similar color. I actually think that may be 6-inch cast iron there. And it's still working in good shape. I don't see anything coming through there. Joint separate, anything of that nature. This right here may be the start of a root intrusion coming through this test tee. It's really hard to say. There's something dangling down there that kind of looks like a root. It's a tough spot to tell. And either way, this is right next, and more than likely that is roots coming through there because we've got the root intrusion just a foot from it. So I'm going to put the camera right here. I recommend correcting everything from here at 37 feet out to 39 feet here, because I do believe there's roots coming down through that as well. And I'm just going to park this about smack dab between the two spots and put a white X here. And this will be out front. Alright, located this spot right here is right in the grass curb strip there where we've got trees and stuff planted. This is actually, when I picked up the locate signal, we were further out into the street than I had originally thought. I thought we were under the car. That diameter shift appears to be much, probably closer to the middle of the road there. It's a very, very busy street, and I was not trying to run out in the middle of it. But anyway, that diameter change is still out in the road in the city's territory there. So still get that looked into. This spot right here where I located is about a foot and a half from the street curb and kind of the dirt and grass curb strip area where the trees are planted. My guess is that this may have got damaged during installation because the trees that are out there are quite small, but you've got a large root intrusion that's come through here and a very offset joint. So do you recommend that get fixed? And I'm picking the camera head up there at 5 feet 7 inches deep, and I marked that with a big white X. It's right next to the real estate signpost. All right, we're now coming back into up to the clean out here. We've got the diameter change at about 48 feet. I recommend looking into. We also had a root intrusion there. Really, it's spanning from about 36 to 38 feet. And I put a marking right between those two spots that are out the curb. I recommend the root intrusion be fixed. That's very important that be done. This joint here, you know, the pieces of pipe are still butted up tight against each other. And there's a little tiny lip there and a little standing water. That's nothing I'm all that concerned about there at all. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move towards the rear of the house and try and scope all the pipe under the floor leading up to this clean out we just scoped. Everything we just cambered there was essentially from the front foundation out to the main lateral in the street. And the line goes right out the front of the house, just about smack dab under the front door. Alright, we've moved to the rear of the home. We're back in the bedroom at the rear right corner of the house. We have a 3-inch clean out here as our point of access. We're going to try and scope as much of the pipe under the floor here as we can. And we're going to zero out right here and we'll camera. Oh, no. Gosh, dang it, guys. Could you run up there? Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. All right, we zeroed the camera counter out here at the base of the stack. We're going to start advancing out here until we tie onto the main line. And this is all original cast iron pipe here. All right, here at 45 feet, I think we've reached the clean out. All right, dislocated the camera head successfully. We're at the cleanout we started from, so we just need to scope at this point There's a line that runs from the ADU in back. We're going to try and scope that thing all the way until it ties onto the main line. But all this pipe here we just scoped under the basement floor is in good shape and functioning properly. It's got good flow.